Hey WWE Universe! So I'm sorry I didn't get a SmackDown video up. YouTube would not let me load it. And I know I'm a day late on my Raw review, but that's because I was actually at Raw for the last WrestleMania. What did I just say? The last Raw before WrestleMania. And let me tell you, sitting in a wheelchair for 8 hours will murder your back. um, they actually filmed Superstars main event, SmackDown, and Raw. So I got all the shows in one. It was just amazing. And I will have a little, I'm going to do a video tomorrow or maybe later today about my experience if you guys want to hear it because it was wonderful and I also got to meet some wrestlers and I made it on WWE.com in some of their pictures and it was just an amazing time. If you have never been to a live WWE event, it is definitely worth going because it is so much better when you go live and get to see it right there. Front row is just, there's wrestlers smashing into the barricade and it is just amazing. So if you haven't been to an event, you better go. So first we have Undertaker coming out, which let me tell you how much of an amazing experience it is to see the Undertaker come out. I can't even, sorry, okay. I can't even explain how breathtaking it is. It will give you goosebumps. It's just amazing. I mean, if you haven't seen it live, you need to before you die or before The Undertaker retires. But he came out to talk about his match with Brock Lesnar, which WrestleMania is Sunday, so, you know, the last, down to the wire, everybody got their chance to talk, to make a final impact before WrestleMania. And just The Undertaker, his main thing was there are three things that can't be beat: death, taxes, which I thought was funny because we were in the nation's capital, and the streak. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman did not like that, so they did come out and interrupt. And Brock Lesnar kept going back and forth to whether he was going to go into the ring and get involved with The Undertaker. Back and forth, back and forth. Everybody was just like on the edge of their seat. And this is the beginning of Raw. And to start with something so big like that was just amazing. And eventually Brock Lesnar did get into the ring with The Undertaker. They fought for a minute and then Brock Lesnar actually got a hold of The Undertaker, ending it with an F5, which The Undertaker didn't get back up from. And that was just a really big impact going into WrestleMania, showing that you could F5 The Undertaker. But I will be doing a predictions video of who I think will win, so that should be up. I think I'm going to put it up Saturday, maybe, or maybe Friday. I think Friday because Saturday my SmackDown review will be up. If I even do a SmackDown review, because I know they did matches, but I know they also do, you know, information on what's happening down where WrestleMania is. So if I don't do a SmackDown review, I'll put the prediction video up Saturday. If not, I will put it up Friday. So next we have Alberto Del Rio versus Big E, which I love Big E, but honestly, I can't stand Alberto Del Rio. I don't like watching him in any matches at all. He's just really annoying, and I don't like his character anymore. He's boring. I can't stand him. So he actually ended up winning, which I was like in shock because I couldn't believe that that actually happened, by kicking Big E in the head, and it was a kick. You could hear it across the entire arena. Like, I had a headache from listening to that. And it was a big win because, I mean, you just beat the Intercontinental Champion. And it's Big E. I mean, come on now. Look at Big E. It was just kind of shocking. So next we have Summer Rae and Natalya. And if you guys watch Total Divas, you will see that there was a slap that was heard across the world. Summer Rae slapped Natalya so hard in the face, it hurt me watching it. So they were kind of doing a little, you know, Natalya wanted payback. Summer Rae was just being Summer Rae during the match. She was dancing around, stretching, getting all the attention. Uh, she actually put up a really good fight with Natalya. Natalya did attack her when the match first started, but then surprisingly, Summer Rae won with a kick to the head, which I'm like, 2 kicks in the head for the win. But it was a really big thing for Summer Rae because, she's an up-and-coming diva. And to win against such a big name like Natalia is a pretty big statement. So that really looked good for her going into the Divas match on Sunday at WrestleMania. But I don't think Summer Rae is going to come anywhere close to winning. But that just made her look really good going into the match. Next, we have the Authority, which they think they're going to be bidding farewell to the Yes Movement. And if you've ever actually been able to yes in an arena, it is so amazing to see everybody in the arena is yesing along with either Daniel Bryan or who's ever leading it. The entire arena gets involved. I don't even know how Daniel Bryan feels to have so many people behind you doing the yes chant. Is just, I think I would pee my pants. But Stephanie had a video for Triple H about his dominance in the WWE and how he beat people that were big, like people that you looked up to, referring, to Daniel Bryan and these big movements that we had with, like Jeff Hardy being this guy that was out there and painting his face. Like, we have seen that before, but he was just out there and had a different way of doing things, and Triple H pretty much destroyed him. And you guys watched Raw, you saw the package, and I was just like, oh, God, this is disgusting. And so then we had Batista, the hometown boy, coming out, and then Randy actually came out, and Triple H was just not having any of it. So he made their match later in the night a no disqualification match, and that was amazing. Because no disqualification is just one of my favorite, because you just get to take out all your aggression, especially when it's a personal thing. It was just great. Next, we have the Usos and Los Manadores versus the Real Americans and Ryback, Curtis Axel, whatever you want to say. I like saying Ryback because I think it sounds really cool. And in the beginning, the Usos were really dominating Ryback, and I was really surprised because Ryback's such a big guy, and I feel like he's not bringing much to the table anymore. Curtis Axel really isn't bringing anything to the table anymore. I was so happy when the Real Americans got into the ring and just were destroying everybody. And Jack Swagger got a haircut. I really liked it. It looked good. I think it looks better than that weird, like, partial bowl cut he had going on. I think it looks really good on him. If anybody else noticed that, because I'm weird and notice haircuts. So, Jack Swagger put Fernando, he was putting him in the, getting ready to just twist his ankle off. Like, I was screaming, break his ankle. My dad was sitting there like, you want him to break his ankle? I just got in the moment. I was like, no, I don't really want this guy's ankle to get broken, but in the moment, you say some terrible things. So, right before Jack Swagger was just getting ready to rip Fernando's ankle off, he actually didn't get to fully put it on, so they did kind of like a Bella Twin thing, and Fernando and Diego switched out, so Diego was in the ring, but everybody thought it was Fernando because nobody can tell the difference, because I sure can't. If anybody knows how to tell the difference, please tell me, because I really can't. It took me the longest time to tell between the Bellas. Now you can really tell between the Bellas, but just, if anybody knows how to tell between Los Manadores, please tell me, because it's so confusing. So, Diego rolled Jack Swagger up for the win, which I was kind of mad about, but seeing the Cesaro swing, let me tell you how wonderful that is. Oh, loving this Cesaro swing. Next, we have the Rhodes Brothers versus Fandango and Damien Sandow, which was such a weird pairing. And Summer Rae also came out. She looked beautiful. I love her sparkly outfits. So, as everybody knows, Damien Sandow and Cody Rhodes have a history together. So they definitely were really just attacking each other and just giving it their all because they just hate each other, and that was so great. It was a good back and forth match. In the end, Goldust got involved and hit the final cut on Damien Sandow for the win, and it was a really good match. And I love their team together, and it sucks that they can't be in the tag team title match on Sunday. I really wish they were because they're definitely a good team to go against. Next we have Bray Wyatt versus R-Truth, and as you all know, the Wyatt family comes to the ring with whoever's fighting, we also had Xavier Woods come. I have a hair in my mouth. Sorry. Xavier Woods came to the ring with R-Truth, and it really wasn't that long of a match. It felt a little longer, but when you're there and you don't have the commercials, it seems like the matches are longer than they are because you're not actually like having to deal with a commercial. So Bray Wyatt ended up winning with his sister Abigail. His finisher just when he like turns upside down and like starts walking forward, it just really is disturbing. But then as the Wyatts are kind of, celebrating, saying follow the buzzards, which I am not following the buzzards. I hope you all know that. I mean, come on now. Not following the buzzards. We see a sheep masked man come out, and I'm like, I lost it. I lost my mind. If you guys go back and watch the clip from when John Cena comes out, you will hear me screaming because a lot of people heard me screaming and messaged me and was like, what the hell is wrong with you? Shut up. Calm down. Breathe. I couldn't even breathe. I screamed like a banshee. I'm usually not that bad, but I was just so happy to see John Cena. I lost my mind. And I'm sorry to the people that were anywhere near me, because I most likely made you deaf for the rest of my life, or for your life, so I apologize, but it's John Cena, so I was decked out in Cena gear, so you should have known better. But John Cena really, I think, put a scare into put some fear into the Wyatt family now that he's kind of in their head, and I just thought it was great. And then he got out of his little, like, one-piece mechanic outfit kind of thing. That's what I think when I see it. It's like what a mechanic would wear. And it was just, he's pointing to the WrestleMania sign, and I was just so happy, and I'm so proud of him, and I cannot wait to see him and Bray face each other at WrestleMania. It's going to be an insane match, and it was just, seeing John Cena right there in your face is just like, I'm in heaven. Next we have Naomi and AJ Lee in a Divas Lumberjill match, which had all the divas that are going to be involved in the match on Sunday against AJ for the title. And I was on the non-camera side, so I had Rosa Mendez, Eva Marie, and oh my goodness, who else was in front of me? Summer Rae. They were on my side, and I just want to tell you, they were leaning up against the ring and sticking their butts out so hard. I mean, the guys sitting behind me that were drunk as a skunk were enjoying that as much as they possibly could. I don't care because, I mean, I think they all, if you're going to show your body off, you have a wonderful body, you work for your body. I think it's great to show it off, but they were just sticking their butts out, trying so hard. It was hilarious. My mom was actually, she did have it on, and she's like, yeah, I saw that blonde hair girl, which she was talking about Rosa Mendez, right, having her butt right in front of your dad's face. And I'm like, okay. But in the end, it was a good match, but I feel like it was a really quick match. Every time AJ Lee got thrown out of the ring, all the divas would attack her, and then every time Naomi got thrown out of the ring, nobody would mess with her because obviously I don't know why, because that's their opponent, so I would have messed with her to make her not 100% going into WrestleMania, but that's just me. So in the end, Naomi hit AJ with her butt and picked up the win. So I'm excited to see the Divas match because so many divas and it's just gonna be awesome. Next, oh, this video is getting really long. I'm so sorry. Next, we have Kane versus Roman Reigns, who won the WWE app vote to face Kane. You could pick any member of the Shield, and everybody picked Roman Reigns. And I was really surprised with how I'm very impressed with Roman Reigns, but just to see him on his own is I love seeing the Shield on their own. So you can just see how powerful they are by themselves, that it doesn't have to be all three of them, that it can be just one to represent them and show how strong they are alone. And so Roman Reigns really held his own. And in the end, the New Age Outlaws came out to watch over and be there for Kane, and then the Shield came out. This ended in a no disqualification when the Shield got in the ring, and Kane, the New Age Outlaws had gotten attacked and were kind of laying on the mat, or the ground mat part, like outside of the ring. And Kane was kind of laying there, and Roman Reigns hit a Superman punch on Kane after the disqualification. And then the Shield was getting ready to triple power bomb Kane, but the New Age Outlaws pulled him out. Which, why was he wrestling in slacks? Does anybody know why Kane was wrestling in slacks? That's so weird. That can't be comfortable. And next we have Roddy Piper, which I was so happy to find out we were going to have Piper's Pit. Roddy Piper was in the first WrestleMania, which I cannot believe. That's 30 years ago. That's crazy. And to see somebody that competed in WrestleMania 1, he's not going to mind, he doesn't have a match, obviously, but just to see somebody that was wrestling 30 years ago, he's had cancer, and he's fought through all of it, and he's still here to see WrestleMania 30. I just think that's so amazing. But he really didn't have much time to talk because slowly some of the guys that were going to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal came out. The Miz came out, Sheamus came out, Titus O'Neil came out, and Dolph Ziggler came out, who was wearing a Andre the Giant shirt, and I thought that was pretty great. So Piper knew he wasn't going to have any more chance to talk, so he kind of started it and started a big fight. And in the end, the Big Show came out and just destroyed everybody and had them all outside the ring. And so Big Show was kind of standing tall, and that definitely makes him look good going into this match because he is a huge man. He's a big competitor. He's somebody you really have to watch out for. So that really made him look good going into this match because, look at Andre the Giant. He was the eighth wonder of the world. And look at the Big Show. He's huge. In a way, he's kind of like, I wouldn't say I think the Big Show's talented, don't get me wrong, but I think Andre the Giant was just something we never saw, and a powerful man, and just somebody so different. And just the Big Show, I wouldn't put him in the same category as Andre the Giant, but in a way, you can kind of see the similarities with him being this big, giant, huge man, and it makes him really look good going into this match. And last but not least, we have Randy Orton versus Batista in a no disqualification match, and these are my favorite to watch. And so we had chairs, we had kendo sticks, they were being thrown into the barricade, they were hitting the barricade so hard. I had my wheelchair locks on so it wouldn't move. It hit the barricade so hard my wheelchair would be moved back. That's some power behind all that. They were being hit into the steel steps, into the announce table. There was nowhere that was off limits. It was great. And the Authority was also, Kane wasn't out there, but Stephanie and Triple H were sitting out there. It sucks when you're there live, you can't hear the commentary. That's the one thing that is so weird. To go and you see them talking and you have no idea what the hell they're talking about. You're like, I can't hear you. Let me pull a Hulk Hogan. I can't hear you. Talk a little louder. So we see Randy and Batista just tearing each other apart. And then you see Daniel Bryan come out and attack Triple H, which earlier in the night when the Authority was supposedly ending the Yes movement, they said Daniel Bryan was already in Louisiana where WrestleMania is being held. And obviously, Daniel Bryan was in the building. So he just attacked Triple H. Randy Orton and Batista tried to get involved, but they definitely got a knee to the head. And Daniel Bryan just kept attacking Triple H, and eventually, all three of them were like scurrying away to the back. And I think it was such a powerful message, and everybody in the entire arena was yesing with Daniel Bryan, and it was just, that was amazing. So that makes it look so, just the setup for WrestleMania is gonna be so awesome. Triple H and Daniel Bryan, this is so personal. So to see that match is just gonna, I don't even know what word to use. It's personal, so they're gonna just give it their all, and I'm so excited for WrestleMania. And that was everything. Like I said, I'm gonna make a separate video for my experience because I have some stuff to talk about. But it was just a wonderful show and a wonderful way to show how all these guys are going to WrestleMania and they wanted to make their last statement. And it was so awesome, and I had the best time, and it was just so good. So I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I did. Well, you weren't there, so I think I enjoyed it a little bit more because I was sitting there screaming and like, oh, the whole time. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you for my next video. Bye, guys.